Hi friends, this is Gail O'Neill, and I teach stamping. I hope you enjoy. Hi everybody. So for whatever reason, my video with partial die cutting froze the other night in a section. So I've been asked to recreate this one card with Geared Up Garage. And here is the card that I'm going to be doing. So I started out with a piece of white, and I'm going to take some black ink and ink that up and stamp it down. I think I'll go this way. Okay, so now that we've got that stamped, we're going to take a rectangle die, and you can use a circle, an oval, whatever you choose to do. Now, I prefer to cut mine first and color it after, just in case I do all this coloring and then it doesn't cut properly and I ruin it. So that is what I prefer to do. So I'm going to take this and line it up about where I want it. And then I'm going to show you the process, although you're not going to actually see it going through the machine. So I'm just taping it down. I just want to take a little bit of this stickiness off. And this one I've already done. Okay, so let me grab this. So what you're doing with the partial die cutting is what you want cut, you're going to put your plate over. So here is my plate. So when I run this through, it is going to cut everything under the plate, but nothing here. So I'm going to go ahead and run that through the machine. And depending on what you're doing, sometimes you can't put your plate on an angle, but you might have to turn your project a little bit. But I want to go almost up to the top, and then the rest I will cut out with a scissor. So let me put this through the machine. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's remove the tape. And see what we got. Okay, so this is how this particular one is cut. And then what I am going to do is bring this over to there, and this one over. Let me just cut that off. That's going to be gone. So I'm going to cut that right to there. Okay. So now I can go ahead, and more of that is going to be fussy cut off. But I'm going to go ahead and color that with the blends. So I'm using Real Red, Light, and Dark. And I'm going to start out with the dark. And I am using the bullet tip. It's very juicy, and it likes to run. So because I'm cutting it after, I am not really worrying about going over that edge again, because it doesn't matter how light you touch it, it just wants to absorb up. Okay, so we'll get these like touchy parts, and most of it is going to be the dark. Another little spot right there. Okay, then I'm going to come in with light So Saffron, and I'm going to color in these lights. And then I'm going to do it a little different than I did it the other night. I'm going to take a blender, color lifter, and the light smoky slate. And I want the color to be a little bit lighter than the light, so I'm picking up the color with the blender like that, making sure I don't have a lot of dark on it, and then very lightly touching it to the paper to just color in. Okay, we're going to do the wheels. And then in the windows a little bit. Let's see, should we make it real dark and then they're illegal? Okay. So just, let me just get that one, the handle. And then there's just a couple little spots to touch up. And right there. Okay. Now we're going to finish fussy cutting that. Okay. So we're going to fussy cut pretty close to the car. And then if there's white, which I'm sure there will be, I'm just going to bring the red along the edge. But when you fussy cut right up to where it's stamped, you don't have to worry about where that alcohol ink bled out. So your coloring looks a lot better. Okay. I just want to fix, you know what? I don't think it's going to matter. I'm just going to go over like that. We'll finish that edge. And then right there. And we're good to go. Okay, so we can also, which I didn't do on the other one, I think I might have done it on my original, is take a little bit of that light gray and let's kind of ground our car. I think I did forget to do that the other night. And then you can take your blender and just lighten that up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to take the happy birthday from Perennial Birthday right there. And we're going to stamp that also in the black. Like that. All right, so we have this piece all ready. Now we have to prepare our top. Now this piece is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then it's going to get mounted on the red, which is 5 by 3 3/4. So 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 and 5 by 3 3/4. And we're going to take some gesso, which is this, and it's a primer. So I'm going to add a little bit. Delicious. Just kidding. I'm really going to wipe it off. Okay, then I'm going to take a aqua pen. I'm going to add some water, aqua brush. And I'm going to thin that down. Now, the other night I brought the box on my desk in case I need it. But then I found that I actually put a few spots of white on my camera. So I am not going to do that. If I need to, I'll bring it over to the side. But let's see. Okay. So I'm going to try it right here. And I just want to tap. Let's see how far it's splattering. All right, you get the idea what I'm doing. I'm going to put it in my box and do it from a little bit further up. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way. And this you can actually, clean out a little bit. And then it's best to plop it under some water. But you have water in it, so you're able to clean part of it. Okay, and then if there's more spots that you want, I still have this jelly pen, and I added on the other card a few more of the smaller dots that you can get with this. And I'm just going to blot this. So if there's anything that's still wet on it, we can still go ahead and finish the card. Okay, so that's all blotted off. So I'm going to mount this to the piece of red. And then that's going to go on to a piece of white. And I think I'm going to raise this. So I happen to have a couple pieces of foam cut. I just always forget to use them rather than use all my little foam squares, my dimensionals. And then I'm going to glue this down to a white card base. Okay, I think we got it. And then all I have to do is add this piece on. And our card is done. So I think any man would love that as their birthday card, right? So thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow night. I should have another video up. And thanks again, and sorry about the other video. Bye all.